welcome to another edition of Journeys of Hope. I'm Linda Finley, and I'm the co-host and co-creator of the Bereavement Cruise. We're set to sail on our fourth Bereavement Cruise on April 19th to the 26th, 2020, out of Cape Canaveral, Florida, on the beautiful Royal Caribbean Harmony of the Seas on a 7-night Eastern Caribbean sailing. We have 14 presenters who are lined up who will be joining us to share a week of hope and healing while we're all relaxing, enjoying the beautiful cruise. I have a very special guest with me this evening, Almika Pryor. Almika is a funeral director along with her husband, Chuck Pryor, at Priority Funeral Experience, located in Houston, Texas. Welcome, Almika.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. I so appreciate your time. I just want to start, before I ask you a couple questions, you will be the first funeral director who will be joining us on the Bereavement Cruise. So we are so honored to have you with us. I think it's real important that a funeral director have a presence, and nobody better than you, because I just think that people don't get to know their funeral director, and I think that they don't realize how special you really are and how you really support your families. And so we're real honored to have you with us. So the first question I want to ask you is that, what did you think when you first learned about the Bereavement Cruise? Like, what did you think it was about?
I knew it had to do with bereavement, but I thought it was something totally different and totally out the box. And I was like, wow, we need more of this everywhere.
Yeah, because most times when people hear about the Bereavement Cruise, it almost doesn't even sound right together, bereavement and cruise. You know, it's like, how do you put those two things together? But it ends up being a real nice opportunity for families to be supported. And as you know, and I know that it's really important to you and Mr. Pryor that, you know, you support your families after their loss. And so that's what the cruise is about. So why did you choose to join us on the cruise?
I knew it was an opportunity to learn more about the grief cycle. And I thought it was something totally different than the norm of what people normally do to try to heal after a loss. And like I said, when I saw the cruise, it was just something that I want to go. I want to be a part of that process and to learn more, to see the tools that you guys use as well to help people in their healing after the loss of a loved one.
Yeah, and that you will find, because as I told you, we have over 14 presenters who are going to be presenting their workshops and different activities. We do most of our workshops when we're out to sea. We have 3 days that we're out to sea. And then at night we have small group sessions where people can actually sit with a facilitator and talk about their specific type of loss. So, and all of our workshops are good for any participant. It doesn't matter what the loss is. It doesn't matter how long since the loss. It's just very, you know, good information for people to just, we talk about a toolbox. And our hope is that our participants will go home with a toolbox of some different ways that they can deal with their grief. So we've loved this cruise. We've done really well with it. People have been very happy to join us. And we're just really excited for our next one, because we just keep getting it better each time, and we learn each time that we go to. So we're trying to, you know, perfect it, which it'll probably never be perfected, but nobody probably knows, but I do work with Mr. Pryor in your funeral home, providing your aftercare program services to your families. And I thank you for entrusting me with your families and being able to do that. And how I have to probably make the statement that aftercare must be very important to you and Mr. Pryor, because otherwise we wouldn't be working together. So
I know in my community, when speaking of the African American community, I know a lot of times people don't seek the help that they need after the loss, and a lot of times they grieve in silence, or they grieve and they do not know what to do, you know. And that's one thing that I would like to see with the cruise as well, is just more, especially in my community, embrace it, because I do believe that you're doing a work that is, as I said before, that is very much needed across the board. And I hope that even by my attending, it will allow, you know, more of my community as well to just, okay, I'm not by myself. There is help out there. There's different kinds of help. And like I said, the Bereavement Cruise, I think that it's awesome that you guys are doing this. And I look forward to just growing and just really becoming some to a magnitude that you can't really even, handle in the future, because it'll grow just that big. Because as we know, we're all leaving here, everyone. So it really is something that is much needed. And so like I said before, in my community, I look forward to other people joining you and seeking and getting the help and the toolbox that you speak of to help them with the loss of a loved one.
Well, you said some very important things. I think when people are grieving, it is really important that they have the support that they need. And oftentimes, as you just said, first off, people don't think they can ask for that kind of help. They don't even really know what they need when they're
Right.
grieving. And then they don't want to be a bother to others. And so the more that we can create awareness of these different programs that are available for families and different resources, I really think that makes a difference in the grief journey. As we know, there is nothing that's going to take away the grief when somebody loses their loved one. But if they can learn a little something about how to deal with it and how to cope with it, I think being with other people, I mean, we're literally all going to be in the same boat, like literally. And I think that there's something to be said about that as well, being in the same boat, in the same environment for a whole week, and just sharing that week of hope and healing. And it's so helpful for people. And again, it's important that people do learn the coping skills, learn about the different resources that are available out there. And they're going to learn about all those things when they're with us on this cruise. I mean, we share so much information, good information. People have also told us that the information that we're sharing and the coping skills and the modalities that we're sharing can help in any type of life situation where people are stressed and just don't know how to deal with it. So there's a lot to share that entire week. So again, I'm honored that you'll be joining us. I can't wait to meet you in person and give you a big hug. And I just look forward to welcoming you on board for that cruise. And again, our next cruise is April 19th to 26th, 2020. It is a 7-night Eastern Caribbean sailing out of Cape Canaveral on the beautiful harmony of the sea. And if you haven't, I don't think you've sailed before, have you? Is this going to be your first?
Very first time.
Okay, well, this is a really good ship to be on your very first cruise. It's a huge ship. Some people look at that as, there's too many people. It's going to be, crazy and hectic. And I have to tell you, we were on the Oasis, which is the sister ship in the same size. We never waited for an elevator. We never waited in line for dinner or meals. It didn't seem like it was so busy because there's so many different areas that people can go and just sit and visit and enjoy, food or drinks or whatever it is that they like to do. And then the entertainment is second to none. So this is a really good cruise for you to be going on for your first one. So I'm excited for you in that regard. So Almika, I want to thank you so much for spending this few minutes with me. I really appreciate your time. I know that you're busy, and I will look forward to, again, welcoming you on board on April 19th, 2020.
I'm just really looking forward to it and help and assist in any way that I can.